Puff Drink Talk podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of the Puff Drink Talk podcast. The podcast where we smoke a little bit, we drink a little bit, and we converse and talk about the various topics and subjects of the week.
Which is not a little bit.
It's not.
A lot of it.
A lot of it.
But yeah, welcome. Connor Schubach here.
I'm Dylan Wilson.
I'm Hilton Kill.
Thanks for joining us on a lovely, warm, depending on what part of the world you're at. But here in Austin, Texas, it is nice and fine, very warm. So,
I know we were talking to somebody today, and they're like, "Is it not June yet?" Because they are moving into their house at the end of the month, like the end of this month or next month.
Yeah.
That's in 2 days. He goes, "Oh man, it's still May." Isn't it?" You wouldn't know if you stepped outside.
Did you tell him you're not going to help him move at all because it's too hot? Jesus.
It's like almost 3 digits, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The
Today-
real feel is in the triple digits
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Today
was actually one of the first days where it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that yesterday was so windy too that it might have been hot, but it didn't feel bad. Like especially in the afternoon, it actually kind of felt nice.
Yep. Yeah. Welcome to Austin, Texas, home of bipolar weather.
Yeah. And the subject today is Memorial Day. And sports.
Not bipolarism.
And sports.
And
Always
sports.
a little bit of sport talk.
We are boys.
Let me share
So-
this.
We like the sporty part. Yeah, I'm getting the link. Share. If for some weird reason you're already watching us, grab that link and share with your friends.
All right, I sent out my links to my people.
I'm good to go.
You're good to go,
I sent my links.
Hilton?
I have too many people to send links to.
We need to set up a live where we just kind of start live and then send out links and then start the introduction of the podcast.
We can actually do that. Yeah.
Yeah, delayed start or something? Can you do a
Yeah.
delayed start?
Mm-hmm.
No, you can create the broadcast. And the
Technically, I
links.
think we can.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Hold on. Let me
I
take-
don't know how to do it, but I think we can do it. Hilton might know.
I know.
Well, we got a beautiful AI friend called ChatGPT that could probably.
No, the same way as you do when you manage it in there, it creates automatically on YouTube,
The
and
link?
you can go get the link.
Before you, okay.
Yeah.
So then it's no different than what we're already doing.
Yeah. It's just because we do it, too quickly.
It happens.
Being too quick for some things could be a curse or a blessing.
Depends who you ask, right?
It depends how much time you have.
Yeah. It depends on who's on the receiving end of you being too fast.
Yeah, too fast for you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so today's subject is Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. How was your Memorial Day?
It was good. What did we do? It was Monday.
Monday.
We went to the pool all day.
Pool all day?
Yeah, I had to help get a mattress in triple degree weather, which was, it is what it is, grabbing a mattress, throwing it in the back of the truck, but and carrying up a flight of stairs to an apartment, always a fun time, but it's done for. But then we spent the rest of the afternoon in the pool, I think about 5 or 6 hours, honestly.
Wow.
Nice cloud coverage came in.
Yeah.
Started to get a little thundery towards the end, so we got on out. But it was just perfect. We had ordered some Jimmy John's subs, some watermelon, cold drinks, a couple beers.
It is watermelon season, isn't it?
It is watermelon season. So Yeah, that was my Memorial Day. Just fun, hanging out. How about you?
We went to Krause Springs on Sunday, I guess. I think it was Sunday. And everybody camped. Sam and I went home. We're not real big into camping. And they at the campsite, they already had 2 tents up, and to put a third, there wasn't like a huge campsite. At Krause, there's multiple campsites that you rent out, and it's kind of a last minute thing. We had tried to set it up a while ago, and they were fully booked. And then the lady called a day prior and said they had a cancellation. So we ended up booking it, and then it was nice. I mean, from all the rainfall from last week, though, I think a bunch of mud kind of went into the water because it looked like brown, like mud water.
Yeah.
But it was so hot, it was nice either way. We had cases and cases of beer, watermelon, a bunch of Costco snacks, and it was a good time. I forgot to put on sunscreen,
Jeez.
and then I started feeling it a couple hours in, and I applied a ton of sunscreen, and then I had all day Monday to recover. Like Tuesday, I was still a little burnt, but now it's like this is tan for me. I'm usually pretty white, so
There you go.
it was a good time.
I just stayed at home. No, actually, I took Alice to practice driving. So
Shut up. Are you serious?
yeah.
Well, they've been doing that for a while.
She's starting to drive already?
Brazilians do it different, man.
What the hell is going on? Our kids are growing up way too quick.
Yeah. So she's learning to drive on her own, the big truck.
Right on?
It's
Good.
not a small car, so it's an F-250. It's a massive Super Duty diesel turbo.
You know, she can drive that, though. She can drive anything.
Anything. Yeah.
She pulls up at a stoplight to some fake ass cowboy.
Well, she's
Yeah,
not on the
F-
road yet, but yeah, you know.
But just wait until
car
she
park,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, she'll be in an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, really.
Bigger,
I've got the big
bigger
box,
vehicles.
the big box truck in there, and then you go on it.
No, she'll pull up at a stoplight. Some guy with a cowboy hat just jamming country music in his F-150. She pulls up at an
F-250, yeah.
Get the hell out of here, you pussy.
Just rolls coal on them.
Yeah. I ever tell you that story about my brother going into Walmart?
Mm-mm.
So ever since my brother's moved out here, he's fully embraced the whole cowboy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Texas
He's always
living.
wearing a hat or something. Yeah.
Always strapped, always, wearing a cowboy hat.
As you should.
As he should, as he rightfully should. But it was funny because he was coming out of a Walmart, and there was some guy, asking for money, like him and his dog. And the guy asked, like, do you have any money to spare? And my brother just looked at him and goes, no, and just kept walking. And the guy goes, fake ass cowboy. My brother like stopped and just started laughing at him. He's like, I don't know, I don't have anything to say to that. I'm just gonna laugh.
How did you find out?
Yeah, how did you know? How did you know?
Just by saying no, he already knew.
Yeah. So,
Like, he should have said like,
yeah.
something like, yeah, something that it's like you don't really understand
Just
what
turn
it's.
and spit your dip on him and keep moving.
Yeah. Draw your gun on him. Get the hell out of my way.
Say it again.
Yeah. Well,
It's
cool.
a bad place to be homeless outside of a Walmart.
Yeah, I don't think you're hitting too much. You're not hitting the high rollers.
You're not getting high, net worth individuals.
Yeah.
Although I do go to Walmart, so I guess I shouldn't say that.
We've been to Walmart today, so.
We've been going.
And we found picanha
Yeah. I didn't know they had.
At Walmart?
Can you believe it?
Get
We
the
got
hell
in
outta
there,
here.
like 3 vacuum packed picanhas.
Really?
All right, price, $8.39, $8.34 a pack or something like that, per pound.
Yeah,
Like $30.
So a little
Yeah.
comparable to HEB.
yeah, I guess it's a little more. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
It was USDA choice.
Yeah.
Once-
I was impressed, to be honest with you. I was really impressed.
Walmart's stepping their game up. They're competing with all the other
It's
companies
freaking
around
Waltons,
here.
man.
Good for them. Wow.
The
Picanha.
wealthiest family I think they're still
I think in the world.
in the
They
world. Well, if they're in the yeah. Well, some petrol mining there, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So, what is Memorial Day about then? And what is the tradition around it? Is there any?
Well, so Memorial Day is the day to remember those who have lost their lives in the line of duty, primarily in the military. But we do emphasis, or we do embrace those of service members, firefighters, police officers as well. So it's a day to remember those who have lost their line, serving others. Usually there's, depending, and Texas is very pro-military, pro-veteran, military spirit, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always little events. At Old Settlers, they had a guest speaker. He was a brigadier general from the Army who came out and gave a Memorial Day speech, and there was some snacks and refreshments right there on the lake. So pretty cool, And they laid a wreath and said some words for all of the military members that have lost their lives. So,
But is there? Okay, so there's always something like that happening, remembrance and whatnot. But is there any tradition around it, or is it just like a day to really stop and then be grateful for these people that gave their lives to keep America safe?
Well, so I think that's how it always starts, and then you have your big companies that like to be like Memorial Day sale. This is,
there's always Memorial Day sale. Yeah.
This is fine time to buy a mattress if you're looking for mattress buying or
yeah, that does happen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ironically, 2 years ago, maybe around the time I first started working with you, one weekend, Sam knocked water or something on her laptop, or she left a flower vase out, and the cats were messing with the flowers. They knocked the vase over and broke her laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And she was all upset. We had to go buy a new laptop, and coincidentally, it happened to be on the same weekend, the last day of some huge sale they were doing at Best Buy. So she got a new nice laptop for 50% off. It just kind of worked out. And then
nice.
This time around, I vacuum seal food a lot. So I buy a lot of food from Costco and Whole Foods, whatever, and then I vacuum seal it and freeze it so it lasts a lot longer because I buy in bulk. And then our vacuum sealer has just been messing up lately. Press the vacuum and seal button and it'll vacuum,
but
and
then
seal. It won't seal. And so then I have so much faster in water. It transfers heat so much better than air. It's just a pain. So I got mad. I threw it away, and I was like, I'm just going to buy a new one. So I go on Amazon, and because it's Memorial Day weekend, 50% off on a brand new, pretty nice vacuum sealer. So,
the Rolls Royce of vacuum sealers.
Yeah, thank you. It's all the fun. That's what it's become, is sales, which not really, but it is a thing. It's become a big sale day.
Yep.
Interesting.
Sale weekend, really.
Yeah.
They're still doing it even at Discount Tire right now. I think today might have been the last day, $80 off certain tires or certain things. It's just I don't know, a way to get some money.
Jumpstart the economy.
Yeah, like Black Friday.
Yeah.
More or less.
It's American, right?
Yeah.
In the end of the day.
Yeah, very true. At the end of the day, it's all about those dollars, baby. Yeah, I don't know when Memorial Day first started.
I don't know, but we can find out.
Yeah, let's find that out.
After the war, for sure.
World War I or something? Originally called Decoration Day, from the early tradition of decorating graves with flowers, wreaths, and flags. The Day of Remembrance, first widely observed in 1868.
I'll be damned.
Whoa.
Wow.
A long time ago. commemorate the sacrifices of Civil War soldiers by proclamation of General John A. Logan of the Grand Army of the Republic, an organization of former Union sailors and soldiers. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that it went that far back.
I didn't either.
Was Texas already part of the U.S. by
Yeah.
1868?
Yes, I believe Texas was brought in like 1830s or the 1820s.
It was a
I
guy
think-
telling a joke. So, hey, I'm Mexican, and then I'm like fourth generation Texan. Okay, so if I go back in history, my great grandfather is Mexican.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good joke.
That was a great one.
Oh, 1845, so I guess not. Oh yeah, never mind. By 20 years. It wasn't the 1830s, 1845. So they were. But yeah, that is true. Tejas.
Texicans.
Texicans. Which Texican food and Mexican food, widely different. Both are very good. But I don't know. My mom's side of the family, they're all from like California. But my dad's side of the family, they're all from like Southeast Texas, and then they're pretty Cajun. So I don't know if it's Mexican or if they came. I don't know. I'm very European, so I don't have any relatives that are Mexican. But as you can tell by my skin tone.
It's like when people say, you're Brazilian, but you don't look Brazilian. Anybody can look Brazilian because there's so many different, cultures that moved to Brazil. So,
Yeah, I learned that from knowing you because I would have never thought that. You just assume Brazilian people have darker skin tones and kind of just look, Latin, South American.
Yeah.
But no.
And then, having like Pelé, which is one of the most known Brazilian in the world.
Neymar.
And Neymar, they're all like, Pelé he's black,
Yeah.
right? And Neymar is kind of brown.
I don't know, like white Brazilians until I met you. And then met a lot after meeting you. A lot.
And then after that, it's like all you see is
it's just white Brazilians. Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Because you
It's a
can't
whole
tell.
new world.
Yeah, you can't tell. Just walking on the street, and you think it's Arabic. You think it's Mexican, Indian.
Yeah.
Chinese.
The
Like,
largest.
the Alex guy.
Yeah, he's Brazilian.
He's Brazilian, but he's Chinese.
That is true.
The largest Japanese community outside of Japan is in Brazil, in São Paulo. Well, in Japan in general. So the largest conglomeration of Japanese people outside of Japan is
It's
in Brazil. And that's where I found out that in São Paulo, they like to play baseball.
So is this like the world's
They have softball in
second
there as well.
biggest
Yeah.
melting pot, or is it a bigger melting pot than America even?
I think America's going to be a bigger
Yeah,
melting
bigger.
pot because
But there's people from all over there, like you said, Chinese, Japanese, European, Scandinavian.
But as of today, it's not really a place that Brazil is not sought after anymore as it once was.
right.
Just after the Second World War, for example, Brazil was hot. Everybody wanted to go to Brazil. Economy was doing good.
Germany.
And then yes, and then everything happened in the world that happened, like the same protection against what was happening in Cuba, and then we had like a military government kind of thing. So, and then Brazil locked up. They closed, like the militaries, they closed, so nobody would come in anymore, and then the economy kind of stagnated a little bit because of this, fear of communism hitting there.
Now it's a really expensive place. In
No,
a way, right?
no,
Like everything is expensive.
Everything is too expensive. Apart from labor, labor is cheap.
Right.
But that's because labor involves people, and people are not really that important in Brazil, as the government sees it. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but It is what it is.
Yeah, it was like a $10 cigar here is like when you transfer it over, it's like $40 there or something, like 200 reals.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's some things that end up being equivalent and about the same. Some things, not
but
everything.
any like imported goods in general, just because of the tariffs, is
yeah.
like outrageous.
Yeah,
Like, televisions, phones, all that sort of stuff.
anything
Expensive.
electronic.
Yeah. To do, for example, an iPhone in here is $1,000, right? So over there it should be $5,200, 200 reals.
Yeah.
It's 10,000. You know what I mean?
It's double.
It doubles. Although to do a wood floor in a house over here, let's say with a solid wood floor, just to be able to compare. In Brazil, it's pretty much the same price. So over here would be a tiny little bit more expensive, but that's down to the labor here. It costs a little bit more money. Over there, it compensates so much because the installers over there they don't make any money.
But is it also a combination of like the wood manufacturing being there that you're not paying crazy amounts for importing fees and stuff?
No, because if you do
Or the labor's just
laminate floor in there, it's more expensive than here. Well, yeah, that could be
So that's
that
what
could be
it
the
plays
case.
into
Yeah,
it. Because laminate.
it's always important.
So is laminate flooring there more expensive than solid wood? Just
No,
material to
comparing
material?
laminate floor in there and laminate floor in here, over there is more expensive.
But I'm saying it's still the case where laminate over there is cheaper than wood, or no?
Oh yeah, it's much cheaper. Yeah. It's just because the wood gets to a certain pricing point that it's so high that some people cannot afford, and then the companies just sell it cheaper.
Okay. Things got a little wonky here, after COVID and freight and everything, bringing stuff in from China and everywhere else. But all of that's kind of leveled out by now. So it is interesting how everything's so different over there. Feels like you just get the short end of the stick,
Yeah.
I guess
So for example, a solid wood floor. Do you have a participation there?
What's going on, Rodrigo?
Oh, Rodrigo is there. He's saying that I'm looking good with the pipe. Hey, thanks, man.
Kashimbo.
Cachimbo.
Primo.
Yeah. And then so that's divided by 5 would be 110. So
Yeah.
that divided by 10, that's $11.
11, and
That's installed.
Oh yeah, here's like 14, 15 more.
Over here would be on a solid. Let's say if you get a Kumaru from Brazil over here, we can potentially get that installed for about 14. So over there is 11. Yeah, you're gonna find somebody over there installing for about 13, 14. So it's kind of the same price. When it gets to laminate, laminate floor over there would be a little bit
Maybe a little bit cheaper just because of labor.
cheaper, just because labor is too cheap. Yeah.
That's interesting. Does Brazil have any type of Memorial Day thing? Maybe
No.
different time of the year.
There is a celebration that I was talking to my dad. On Memorial Day, and he says that the Brazilians celebrate victory that I think on the Second World War, the Brazilian government sent troops out to Italy, and then they fought against Russia in some areas there, something like that. And then they won, and they won because of the Brazilians. So that's the thing that they really celebrate.
In the First World War?
I could be the first, yeah. What against Russia? What was that? 'Cause I'm not
World War II.
two.
Is it
Italy, and
Well, Italy was Axis in World War One, right?
World War II.
So I thought Russia was the ones that ended up killing Hitler.
No, we did. Or, well, he killed himself. Tinfoil hat, bring it out. What happened to that son of a...
Let's bring it up.
Yeah, there we go.
We haven't used these in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Let's get this situated.
Well, there's actually a conspiracy theory that Hitler is actually still alive in Argentina or Brazil.
No, he has to be Argentina. Come on.
It was a drug overdose. Committed suicide.
That's the famous story.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
That's the told story. Don't believe everything that they tell you.
No.
And they tell you.
What to believe.
Or they.
That's the government. They want you all to believe.
Is that the government or it's just they?
Do Brazilian army in Italy.
I'm going to put a number to say World War. The Brazilian Expeditionary Forces, known as the Smoking Snakes. Man, that's a good name.
Smoking Snakes.
That's the good name for a podcast.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Was a military division of the Brazilian Army and Air Force that fought with Allied forces in World War II against Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy. It numbered almost 26,000 men and was very successful on the battlefield. But I think Russia wasn't.
No, my dad wasn't sure about Russia, so potentially, that's why it is. The German,
Yeah,
the Germans.
Italians were assholes in World War II, and we straightened them out.
Yeah, that was Mussolini.
Yeah, Mussolini.
Yeah, so that's okay. So that's why then, depending on the year,
Benito.
the Italians that fled from Italy to Brazil don't get citizenship because it was during that war. So, and for example, our Italy heritage comes from 1892. So,
okay.
So
how convenient! It was before.
Just before.
Okay.
Just like 50 years before. It's just a tad little bit.
Yeah,
right?
you've already cemented yourself in Brazil.
Well, Russia, the Soviet Union at the time, was very neutral until they were attacked, and then they joined the Allied forces. So
Yeah.
it's not like they were Axis. That's why I was confused.
No.
So it was against Italy then.
But I want to say in World War I they were on the other side with, but I don't remember 100%.
I can't remember.
No, like they allied with France and Britain and fighting against. No, so yeah, we've just created a problem with them in the Cold War.
Well, so and because there was a famous thing where they overtook Paris, and I think there's like a famous picture or story where there's like a guy who raised, I think he did a French flag or a Russian flag in Paris, but he had like 1,700 bullet wounds, and he just like died after that. And the amount of people that Russia lost during World War II were like in the millions. It was insane because they just had so many bodies. They were just like, you get one gun, you get ammo, and if this guy dies, you pick up his gun. And if this guy dies, you pick up his ammo so you can keep shooting at the Germans.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My dad was like,
Germans.
he was like, I don't remember if it was Russia or what it was. So potentially it was against the Italians.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. And that's why there is this little thing with the Italian citizenship that it's, that is a little gap, which is the war time, that if you have your, if you're a woman, if you're a man, it's fine. If you're a woman, that kind of went back to the Brazilian soldier, to Brazil, you're not allowed citizenship.
Oh, interesting.
To get citizenship.
Huh.
Just the women.
Yeah.
You think it would be the men because they're like fighting.
Involved in the
dying.
war.
The men were dying.
But if they did die and they went to Brazil, you think that'd be like
No, but they wouldn't have met any woman in the war because the woman at that time didn't go to war.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm saying
Afterwards, they went to Brazil. That's fine. They were invited by a fellow war enemy.
Yeah.
To visit Brazil. Yeah, they'll be fine. But there was no war at the time anymore. But during the war, if the women kind of fled with the enemy, that's what it is.
Huh, interesting.
I think if somebody
An episode of
knows
Drunk
that
History.
is different than what I'm saying, please write in the comments in there and to show my ignorance because I don't really know.
Or let's just keep the ignorance going and we'll keep wearing these hats.
That's the thing.
By the way, I can make wrong assumptions because I'm wearing the hat.
If you wear this hat, you can say anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I forgot about
hold
that.
hold on.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. This is a family show at the end of
Maybe not
Ish.
anything.
the
But
day. Yeah.
Let's make it pointy.
It's easy to make assumptions with the hat on. Something about jet fuel and steel beams or something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it is interesting when you start seeing all of the things behind, all the celebrations in the U.S. So the Memorial Day is one of those things that was like, oh man, I forgot to do a post about Memorial Day, so I came in here because I was, teaching Alice to drive. So I just came in here, did it, and I posted it, and then Alice was like, "Did you do that quickly?" And it's like, yeah.
Came out really nice too.
Yeah, that's pretty
really
good.
nice.
That's pretty good. It was quick because you just found something that was pre-made. You just added the logo in there and adjusted a little bit, and then that was it.
Isn't it funny how wars cause so much damage, but then at the end of the day, it really brings a lot of things together? So I was just thinking about there's a ton of shoebox in Brazil and in Mexico. I've got a really big family in Brazil and Mexico, ironically enough. In fact, there was when we got married, Camila reached out to a Camila shoebox in Brasilia.
Really?
And she's like, I'm married to an American, and she wasn't very opening about her life or anything like that. She was like, yeah, our families fled Germany during World War II and stuff like that. And it's like maybe she's a distant, a very distant cousin, obviously.
Could be.
So,
Interesting.
From Germany.
from Germany.
What are you trying to say?
Okay. What are you trying to say in here?
I'm not trying to say anything. You're trying to say something.
No, I'm just asking.
No, she's from Germany. Her family is fled from Germany.
During the war.
Yeah.
So are we sure Hitler made it to Argentina?
Yeah, they're just helping.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Could be in Brazil.
maybe that's why she wasn't very
Forthcoming.
forthcoming with information. She's
She
like,
knows something.
she wanted to say Hail Hitler at the end of it, and then just delete all conversation. I don't know. We never got that far.
Oh.
She needs a mind comp on her bedside.
My nightly read puts me to sleep. Jesus.
So, what are we talking about now? Sports? Well, we forgot to mention that we are missing one co-host in here today.
Oh yeah, George. Where's George?
George is working.
I think he's playing hooky. I have a feeling he's out.
No, he had that one customer, a friend with him, apparently, and
we saw him.
yes,
He
did.
does exist. this
Oh,
guy.
okay.
It does exist. The guy does.
Hilton
exist.
did say apparently,
That's
so
right. It's because of the hat. He's like, apparently.
No,
You gotta be skeptical.
apparently it's because too many days doing too many things that he kind of slacked off a little bit on the things that he had to get done. So and he's been trying to catch up on things, and
he's playing responsible right now.
Yes, yeah, he has meetings with other customers that he had to push to a different time schedule, kind of thing. So yeah.
Well, he's missed.
He is missed.
He would have had a really good input on the sports section because he went to the Mavs game.
He did. That son of a gun. Good for him.
And he would have the right questions to ask about Memorial Day, which I don't. Because he's the guy that asks the right questions.
Always.
He's so into history and stuff right now. He's buffing it up.
Yep.
He's history buffing it up.
Yeah, he's watching, I think it's like a series on no, it's a book.
Yeah.
He's listening to a book.
I thought you were going to say he was watching live.
I don't think he is.
But I guess not.
Finish up your work and join us live, George.
Yeah. George!
Well, how was the races?
Good. You missed a really good race.
Man, it was like the way they started, they finished.
That's so. My dad was,
but
my dad watched it because I asked him if he wanted to go, but I was exhausted.
It was 8 a.m.
Yeah.
The next one will be at 1 p.m. if you want to.
Yes, I'll go to that one.
Yeah. Or you can make any other excuse that you want. That's always acceptable. And it's gonna be in your month next month.
We get it. Things come up.
Yeah. What do you mean, my month? Oh, gay pride. How dare you, son of a gun.
Careful traveling. It's supposed to get a little sketchy.
Yeah. My hat. I can say things because I have my hat on.
Talking about?
Last time we were at the pub, someone was saying that there's like all these weird things going on, like gay people are being attacked. So
Yes.
You have to be careful traveling, like in airports and stuff.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm not kidding. Somebody said that.
That's why we want to talk about that on a future podcast.
Yeah, I think.
The attacks on the gays?
No, just heads up. Next week we will
There's
probably
a lot of,
talk about Pride Month next week.
Yeah, there's a lot of the people are saying. What's the word that they use?
Prejudice?
No, prejudice. Like they. Oh,
Describe the word.
when you tell somebody to do something that is not wise.
Ill-advised?
Advise. They're advising people not to travel.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Any to certain areas here in Austin, or just not travel at all?
That's what we're going to have to find out for the next fall.
But I think in general it was like there are certain places, like certain countries, certain states that are not very accepting of that. And so whenever here is very accepting, there's going to be a Pride parade.
Yeah.
Houston, Austin, all the big cities have parades and whatnot. But even at those parades, you will get people there that's what it was. Places that are having these events, they're advising you to be careful going because it's a big event where people get together where there's potentially, and I don't want to misuse this word because it's a very strong word, but like terroristic style attacks, like people doing
somebody going in the middle
a mass
of
casualty event. Yeah, kind of like Vegas, that guy shooting from the hotel. So it's just like with big crowds of people, you take the chance of getting involved in something like that.
I think anymore you just have to be careful about going to any event.
I think they hype it up. It's an election year and it's all this stuff. So people are I don't know, people are fed up. This woke culture, this cancel. There's been all this stuff happening.
Yeah.
And so they're just saying there's all this stuff that's been culminating. Be careful out there representing something because there's a lot of people that carry hate.
Yeah.
And so they, I say let, to each their own. I don't understand why it's that big of a deal.
Well, we're going to talk about that next
That'll
week.
be a subject for
That's
later.
next week.
Yeah.
Is it next week?
Next week we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
We'll have George here to be able to lead us in that conversation.
Yeah, because he has a lot of information on that.
Yeah, he'll be able to I feel like bring up good questions.
Unless it doesn't
good
come,
talking
and
points.
then we're gonna have to make it work somehow.
I'm gonna let Conrad cut my hair in honor of Pride Month.
Just make a giant rainbow in the back of your head. Getting good, man. Dylan, don't tempt me.
Putting like food
I'm gonna
coloring.
be the
and
next
stuff in
one
there.
next month. I couldn't wait anymore.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Hilton. I really think you should try a fade. Just once.
You have a head for a fade too.
You said it was too youth. You do, actually, because that matters. Like the shape of the head and everything is a big deal. But you were saying it was too youthful of a cut. But
Yeah.
what if it makes you more youthful? Instead of dyeing the hair and all that stuff that Chris was doing before, that's unnecessary. It looks good, the color. But try a fade. I think it's going to look nice.
I'm telling you, I think you look good with the fade. I think you could pull it off.
And the best month to
The
try.
problem with the fade is that it gets
It's going to look too good.
yeah, and then it's gonna cause a problem at home.
Probably.
Like-
Yeah. You're getting too much attention out of
and
the
then it's gonna have too much, people coming up to me. I don't know.
Maybe it
I
give you
don't
a
know, I mean,
little
it's the
reminiscence of Valentine's Day.
Pride Month, I might do it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
might get a little action. It's a good month to do it. Anytime in the summer, it's hot. Less hair is better.
What I
Should I
did-
let my beard grow so that
Flavor
Right,
saver, or
right.
what are you talking
my beard grow? And, oh no.
about? What are we talking about?
Yeah, to do the hair and it goes like thick and then
Yeah, I definitely could. Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. I mean, the only thing stopping this is you. I let him do it, no qualms.
And to the listeners and viewers out there who are watching, I did cut Dylan's hair. I've been practicing, and look at those lines. Look at that fade. It's looking good. It's looking.
Oh,
really
we
good.
have another. Aqui trabalha Michel George working is. That's new. Is that what you said?
It's news, yeah.
My Portuguese is getting better.
Yeah, Dylan's reading your Portuguese, Rodrigo. So, so no, don't say that about George. George works.
I don't know what time.
He might work.
He's always sending me Instagram
Yeah.
reels. And I don't know what time he works.
I guess Rodrigo is up to something. You know what I mean?
I know he does work. He has things.
Rodrigo texts George right now.
That's how he goes to the games. That's how he. I know he works. I don't know when. Just kidding. He's good about spending his time, right? So it's like Tuesdays he has time to go to Smoker's Ave and hang out. I
He
think he's good at like
plans everything.
playing 100
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So all we get to see is the plan of the thing. We don't see all the time he spends working.
I'm sure George is the type that has like his calendar booked out for like
Oh, I'm sure.
9:15, gonna take a shit. 9:30. 9:30, hop on a Zoom call.
That's why he's careful about what he eats, because if that shit goes too long, it's fucking his whole day up.
2 minutes late, god damn it! Should have had the curry.
No, he did that little marathon, like half marathon or something. And
Yeah.
that's incredible from hip surgery to running half marathon. So when he gets his mind onto something, he does it.
No, he plans everything.
I think that's how he is with work.
We go in some couple of times, maybe more than a couple, that I went to have coffee with him. Get there, we have a coffee, have a conversation. Then I already feel like, okay, so it's time for me to go, because he's getting to his time slot that he's got from work and stuff, because he has meetings. He has unconventional times because he has a lot of customers in Brazil, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a different time that he has to work. So
His birthday's coming up.
Well, that's right. When is his birthday? I had it written down, or he wrote it down. I forget when.
I think it's the 10th, June 10th.
Oh, that's right. It's coming up.
what we have, we're going to talk about his birthday on
We got to do something for his birthday.
It's the Gay Pride episode and George's birthday.
we move.
It's a combination of all.
No, it's Brazilian's Valentine's Day on the 12th.
That's the 12th.
Oh, yeah.
I think his birthday. Well, I could have it wrong. It's either the 7th or the 10th. believe. I thought he said it was the 10th, but I could be wrong. This Saturday is the first day of Pride Month, so it'd be a good day for your haircut.
I can fade you in.
I just had a haircut.
It's still long, though. You could leave the top alone. You can still get a fade with what you got left.
Yeah, I can fade you in on the sides.
Plenty of canvas left
Mm-hmm.
Nothing going in here.
there.
You're fading in.
Hey.
No, you're fading out.
As soon as you refer to it as an entrance, that's when you get fucked.
That's a good joke, right?
That's a good-
That was a good joke.
Just let me know when. I think you'd look good with the fade.
A little peer pressure never hurt anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try something
let's
new.
plan it out.
Yeah, there we
so-
go. I'll bring my clippers next week.
What,
Your
what
wife's
is,
gonna look at you
what is
and
going on in 2025?
she's gonna fall in love all over again. Well, Lewis Hamilton's gonna be moving to Ferrari.
I gave you, I gave you a little bit of time to practice.
He'll be doing my hair 30 times by then.
Yep.
If I don't have to
However
go and
you
get
said.
the girls, go like today, I have to go and get the girls and kung fu.
Well, I mean, it could be a
So
weekend.
we would have to do it
We plan it out.
quick thing because at 8
Yeah.
I got to pick them up.
Yeah, I don't think you even have the clippers with you today. Anyway.
No,
Yeah,
I don't have the
not-
clippers
not
today.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, just let me know. I was gonna bring my clippers next week anyways, because shit, it's gonna be what 2 weeks since I cut your hair.
Yeah, it'll be time to freshen it up.
Might as well
I
freshen
thought
it
he
up.
did. I'm willing to take it. Let's take it a little higher.
I'm okay with taking it higher.
I think we take it like literally up to here, dude. Almost to the. You're not comfortable with that?
Nice, high and tight. I'm just the inner marine in me.
Wants to take it all the way?
No.
You want the opposite of that?
Yeah, because the high and tight were always the people that were going to stay in the Marine Corps for 20 plus years. They're the ones that,
But how tight are they taking it?
Oh, they're tight. I mean,
Is it
that's
skin fade all the way up?
Oh, yeah.
Skin. No, I'm saying start off, and this is coming from someone who doesn't cut hair, so
right.
I could be wrong. But start off with the 1.5 or the 1, whatever you want, and just take it all the way up, all the way to the top, because that's what I normally do. And then from the top to here, find a way to blend it
Just
in.
blend it in.
Do 1/2, 0, and however you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I don't like it, I'm the one that told you to do it. I can't be mad at you, but I think we should try it.
All right.
And even if it goes like around like a little taper to it, I don't care. But I just bring the 1.5 all the way up.
All the way up.
Because if not, my hair in particular gets so thick it starts growing. I just look like a mushroom head.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
And
I see what you're saying.
Right now, it's long enough on the top where instead of like it's wavy a little bit.
Yeah.
So it works, but I'm willing to take a chance.
Yeah.
Let's figure it out.
See, and that's the nice thing about it is like I get to practice. Fine tune. I'm not gonna say
next
practice.
week.
I'm gonna fine tune my skills with Dylan. He gets a good haircut. He looks fresh and clean. Every 2 weeks instead of spending like $30-$40 at
If
the
you
barber.
start doing too good a job, you're gonna have to cut my hair for my wedding too.
See, and what did
That
Sam
one I
say?
will pay you for.
Honestly, what did Sam say? Was she kind of surprised?
Yeah, she didn't really compliment it, but she didn't say it was bad. She just was like, "Why did you do that?" But it wasn't from looking.
Chris, I told Chris that you
It
were going to
wasn't
do
from
that.
looking at it and thinking it was bad. It was. I just told her about it, and she was like, "Why are you just gonna let someone cut your hair?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the thing. Like girls, you might have grown your hair out for 3 years. Like I
Right.
cut mine monthly. Like I don't. It'll grow back.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, wear a hat if it's that. And then it'll be like, "Hey, Conrad, this is where we." And then you're learning. We're doing it together.
Yeah.
So if you're like, "Okay, next time I'll do something different."
Yeah.
And then I don't care.
Yeah.
Chris was like, "Are you back in high school?" I was like, "Why?" Well, that's what boys do in high school. They let the other one cut their hair. I was like, nobody ever cut my hair.
I never had.
I never let a
a
friend
guy
cut my hair.
cut my hair. Yeah.
That's like boys.
What sort of high school is that?
don't
He's
know.
going to.
In a way, we never grow up.
No.
The guys cut my hair
When we
whenever.
were still in fifth
No.
grade.
Yeah.
In high school, I don't think anyone. I wouldn't probably have let someone in high school do it, but now I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't. You've already done it. First of all, you're not gonna do damage. It was fine.
And that's the thing is like, what I did looks like something that you would go to Supercuts or something and get charged $30 for, right? Like it's not a bad haircut.
It's the reason I don't go every 2 weeks. I stretch it to a month because I don't feel like spending. You got with the tip and everything, it's $45, and they always try and upsell you on product and stuff. And you sit there and have to. I got to stop on my way home.
I have an idea.
It's inconvenient.
Yeah, I have an idea.
$100 a month.
Yep.
When you are cutting his hair, I'm gonna bring some products and try to upsell because he's gonna be saving the money on the haircut.
Yeah, there you go.
He might spend on some, shampoo or.
Try me out. I'll bring some coconut oil.
It is June next week, so
just for you.
I still think that we have the
Hilton, he doesn't know what to say.
We still have the hats on, right? So
it doesn't count. We were wearing the hat.
It's all just theory.
There are more things though.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, Formula One was kind of nice.
It is, yes. The way it started is the way it ended, except for the fact that there was a massive wreck on the very first lap.
And Sainz got hit somehow up front, and then he damaged a little bit his suspension or something that went wrong. So because of all that work, it took about 48 minutes to clean up the track from debris.
Really?
They fixed the car, and he was able to start again. Because Formula One is like that, whatever happens on a lap, it goes by the order that it had been on the previous lap, and the previous lap was the 0 lap.
Right.
So
he basically got a second shot because that's the way it happened.
And he finished.
He got a little over aggressive, and his front left tire hit like the back right, I think, of Oscar Piastri or something, and he punctured his tire first of all, and I think it did something to his suspension. And going through a little S, not even really a chicane, but. I saw his back rears lock up. There's smoke and there's so much going on, nothing. And then it came to the first corner turn, and he locked up and just kept going this way, and everybody else kept turning.
It is the turn just before where the crash was. Just after.
Yeah, because it just went like this, right? Before it goes uphill.
It goes uphill, right?
And then there's a little
and then it does a
wiggle.
left turn, and then it goes. It have a sharp right turn, and at that corner when he tried to brake, it just went straight.
Yeah, and the one before that, I saw. Let's pull the track. So where do they start at? Right here.
Yeah.
So they go up this first corner. So everybody's speeding. They go into this first turn, and that's where the chaos happened. Where I think he hit.
The chaos was in here.
And then
the crash was in here on that corner, and then Sainz stopped on that one on the 04.
Was it 4 or 5? It was 4. Okay, so this bend 2, this little tiny bend, he had to brake just a little bit to go through here, and even then he had smoke. It wasn't.
And he was hitting
he was hitting the ground and sparking, and then he gets to here, and instead of making this turn, he just went like this, and everybody else kept going. And then he's in third place, right? So about the time that this is happening, almost simultaneously, it might have been Sainz happened first. And he was going to be out of the race at that point. They might have fixed it and brought him back, but he probably would have had to retire, and he's going to finish at the back anyway. So
right.
It wasn't looking good. And then right through here, both the Haas drivers, they qualified 12th and 15th, but something happened with their DRS system opening up, and they got disqualified from their qualifying time. So they started 19th and 20th at the back. I don't know how, but they ended up by Sergio Perez. And through that little corner, let me go back to it, right here, just like this little bend. And then going up in here, somebody didn't leave enough space. They didn't really say anybody was just a racing incident. But squeezed him into the wall. It came back in. It pushed Sergio into the sidewall and just shaved almost the whole front part of his car off. And both Haas cars were just out.
Jesus.
And Checo, Sergio Perez, also out.
So 3 cars out.
And Sainz at that point out. But it took 40 minutes or so to clear it all, and they put a new tire on, fixed it, whatever. He's back in. He got to it was a red flag. They restarted, and when they restarted, it jump cut to lap 4 because of the time spent. But back in 3rd place.
Really?
And that's how
he
finished.
Started again.
How cool!
Just started, and that's how he finished the race.
Good for him.
So he went to the thing is they went to the procedure of, that's why it's lap 4, because they went to the procedure of doing another warm-up lap. So that's lap 3.
Ah, okay.
Because they had a one warm-up lap, the crash lap, and then lap 3, and then they start, and then that's when they start the 4th lap.
Yeah, check this out. They touch, doesn't really show it.
You see, it's bottoming.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke, bottoming, he already is.
And then he stops on that corner there.
Boom, he's out.
But then there's a crash happening already. As he was stopping, and the camera was focusing on them,
Yeah.
the crash was already happening.
So they had to show it later. Look at the aftermath of that.
Jeez.
That was what was left of the Red Bull.
Yeah, they
car.
didn't see it live. Look at that.
And then just shaves all that off. Verstappen. So,
It like damaged the whole car, man.
because of that,
What are the standings now?
exactly. So Verstappen's still in first place, but not by a ton. Leclerc from Ferrari won the race. Oscar Piastri in second, and then his teammate Carlos Sainz,
Which had stopped.
shouldn't have even been there.
Yeah.
Should have been there, yeah.
So you had a double Ferrari podium,
And McLaren in
and then
second
McLaren
and
in
fourth.
second and fourth, George Russell in fifth. So it was close. Verstappen was putting a lot of pressure on Russell, but ultimately wasn't able to pass him. Monaco, hard circuit to get around people.
Yeah.
So P6 and Sergio Perez didn't finish the race. So it was bad for Red Bull and the constructors, and really good for Ferrari, pretty decent for McLaren. So both in constructors and drivers, Red Bull's in front, Verstappen's in first place, Red Bull's in first place, but by thin margins.
Cool.
So one more race, something
like that
happens,
it could
Verstappen
be
will
much tighter.
drop, and if it's Leclerc,
Right.
but if it's just constructors, Red Bull will drop to Ferrari if they're both like podium, and then those two don't finish high.
How cool is that?
So I was saying it's an interesting season where everybody was like, okay, let's get ready to watch another
Verstappen.
24-win season with Verstappen. Well, it hasn't turned out to be that way.
No.
8
It's a
races
little bit
in.
more competitive. No, it's Canadian the next race,
I was going to
right?
say, I think Canada, yeah.
So it's going to be more friendly time for us over here in America. So
And where is the
1
Canadian GP? Is it in Toronto? Montreal? I forget which city.
the city, you say?
Yeah.
I think it's Montreal. Gilles Villeneuve.
That's the name of it. Yeah, Montreal,
Montreal.
Quebec.
Okay.
So it's not this weekend, but the following. It'll be at 1 p.m. our local time, Central Standard. So if you're free,
They're gonna try
we have a
and
fun time every time.
Yeah.
up the pub with Brazilians, because we got some stickers. Look at that, we got some stickers.
Roast Ale House. Hey, that's actually pretty awesome.
We got put on their Instagram
Got
page.
one for you. So.
Hey, thank you.
Got 2.
Thank you.
Yeah, we did grab you one. We got.
Yes, sir.
We all got two. I gave one to Sam. They put us on their Instagram page, and
I saw the picture, yeah.
it was
cool.
a fun time.
Maybe
But,
that'll generate some more interest to watch Formula One and
The
Ale House.
which one was it? Yeah, the one in Italy.
I mean-
It was 4 of us.
Troy, the owner, he opens up for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we.
You know what I mean?
But the Italy race.
He got some people there this week. He advertised a
That's
little
fine.
bit before.
Was there
he
more people?
Yes.
There were two other groups.
Oh, cool.
We were the biggest group, but yeah, there were two other groups with dogs.
I think.
Cool.
It's dog friendly. So you can bring your dog.
You can bring your dog. The first one at
I
8
don't know if you
a.m.
should
The
bring
Italy
your
one.
dog because that's.
If Hilton
She
wouldn't have
needs way too
texted him,
active.
I don't think he would have been open though, because I don't think he was thinking about it. And when you asked him, and then he found somebody, and then the next week,
I kept on
hey, are
asking
y'all
him.
gonna come this weekend too? And then he advertised it, and yeah, more people came. So I think if he puts it on Facebook, makes a bigger deal out of it, he'd get even more people there.
Cool.
People in the F1 community that want to go watch it together, and 8 a.m. you can drink a beer. I never complain. You could drink coffee, drink a water, but
Have a beer.
trying to have fun.
There's a taco place
Right next door.
next door, so you can go grab a taco and bring it over there.
I love
they're
it.
cool with
And
that.
Caddy Corner, there's a coffee place. So if you want to order, if you don't want to drink beer, you can drink coffee.
I love that. The little burrito place, the little Mexican place. What is the name of that? Pflugerville Tacos, I think.
Yeah, it's Pflugerville Taco House. That's where we've been getting this.
I love
It's
their
good.
burritos are so good. Their
I haven't
tacos
had
are
one,
so
but I
good.
might order a burrito
It's
next
next
week.
door to the
Yeah,
to
it's
the
right
air
around the
house.
Yeah, no, I know. So I found out about it when I first moved here to Pflugerville, and I walked in and just started talking to some random guy, and he goes, "What you do is first thing in the morning." Told him I just moved here to Pflugerville, kind of getting to know the area. He goes, "Wake up in the morning, 5, 6 o'clock, and just drive around. Wherever you see police cars parked at, that's a good spot."
Oh, okay.
They know all of the good local spots. And he goes, I came here. He's like, I drove around here a couple weeks ago before. It was like 5 years ago. And can you take that one too?
Absolutely.
Thank you. He goes, I saw 4 or 5 police cars in front. They're just police officers getting their morning tacos, cup of coffee and stuff like that. He goes, I knew that was my spot. And it has been,
Well, I might
One
want
of
to
the
try a
best.
burrito this next time then. 'Cause
they make,
Burritos in the morning.
I inhale those tacos. They might make breakfast burritos. I don't know. I don't even care if they
They
don't. Because I inhale those tacos.
It has
Yeah.
beans in burritos. Although the English breakfast
What
has
is
beans.
that, Matt?
Do they have like English breakfast burritos?
Breakfast burritos could be like eggs, bacon, sausage, cheese, just in a big burrito instead of a taco. Either way, it's tortilla. It's just bigger. Everything's tortilla.
everything is.
There's a good joke about that also.
Everything's tortilla. But so the Indiana Pacers clinched. They swept.
Celtics.
Or sorry, the were swept by the
Basketball,
Celtics.
no, NBA.
Yes.
4-0.
But
So there's no game tonight.
so sorry, I was going to say Indianapolis 500 was also the same day as Monaco.
Like
also.
yes, it was a pretty good finish.
That was an amazing finish. I saw
That was a pretty good finish.
Really, I didn't watch the finish to it.
On the final lap, I wish I knew his name, but he won back to back. He won last year too,
Huh?
Yeah.
and it was on the final lap. He made a move, and then he got around him, and he won.
Really? Cool. Sorry, you said Indiana Pacers, and I was like, the Indiana 500 was also
That
the
just
same,
happened too. Yeah.
Yeah, same day. So
It was a very good finish. And the car looks kind of fast. With that shape that they have cars now, like
Yeah.
with a pointy front and a fat back.
yeah. Huh? Cool.
That's how you like it.
Gotta have that fat back, baby.
Gotta have that.
And the pointy front.
Perky pointy. So sorry. So the Pacers were eliminated.
Pacers were eliminated. They were swept,
Swept.
4-0. So there's no game tonight. Dallas was up 3-0. They lost last night at home, so now it's 3-1. They'll play tomorrow.
In Minnesota.
Back in Minnesota.
George texted about that, right?
Yes, I think he was making some picks. What he thinks will happen versus what he wants
He
to
was
happen.
like, Dallas has a commanding leading of 3-1, No one has ever recovered from 0-3.
That might be true in the semifinals.
I think so.
Someone has recovered from 0-3 in the finals, LeBron
But not the
James,
semifinals.
but not
But
the
not
semifinals.
semifinals. So will the Wolves be the first? So
I don't know.
he put that in there for us.
I certainly hope not.
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult. It's possible. It is possible. I
Anything's
lost a squash
possible.
game once. 1 point to be 3. The squash game was it's best of 5. So score 3 and then you win games. So I was 10-8. So if I score 11, that's done, and I lost that match
It happens.
against a 17-year-old.
I think
So
the
my
world
stamina
wants.
ran out.
That's how it goes.
All right. Sorry.
Legs on fire. Calves burning up. I think the world wants Mavs Celtics in the finals. I think that's where we're at.
So, well, you were out last week, and I don't know. Did you make your pick about who you wanted in the NBA Finals? I don't.
No,
remember
because
seeing it.
I'm not really following, so I don't know who's there.
Well,
Unless we pull it up and then look at the logos.
well, now you know one of the teams is there, so you're going to get that one automatically correct.
You should just automatically
I
go
already
with
forgot the name.
Dallas, but I hear you. It's going to be between these 3 teams. So it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks, except the Timberwolves have a very long road ahead of them if they were
No,
to win.
Dallas will go through.
And so it'll be Dallas or the Celtics. Celtics just won. So I guess easier would be Celtics logo. That is your Boston Celtics. Irish
Kind of neat.
Irish geezers. And then you have the Dallas Mavericks, which is a horse. And I know you don't really like the Broncos. None of us do.
No, that's not a horse, is it?
A Maverick is a horse.
Oh, there is a horse in there.
But there's another alternate logo.
No, I like that one better.
The green M
No,
with the cowboy.